Okay, so I just want to go over two more problems just to give you some extra practice viewing problems. Find angle x here. Well, we have a circumscribed angle here where we got that angle and the circle lies tangent to both those sides of the angle. So how are we going to find angle x? Well, although it's not drawn, you could draw two radii right here and here, and you could figure out that this angle is 150 degrees. Okay, because what we just learned in the previous video, or you can also just look at HEGF as a quadrilateral, subtract 90, 90, and 30 from 360, and you get 150. So that tells us that this angle here, oops, I highlighted it in the same color, I like orange. This angle here is 150. So the angle we're looking for, angle x, is an inscribed angle in that arc that's 150. So it's going to be half of that measure, 75 degrees. Alright, so when in doubt, draw a line, draw some radii, help yourself out. Last one is one I took from a ACT test, or maybe SAT. I think that's too high of a question to be SAT. But it's kind of a challenging question, so I wanted to go over it because it had to do with what we're learning right now in geometry. So we have a figure below, and O is the center, and C, D, and E are on the circumference of the circle. OCD is 70 degrees, and OED is 45 degrees. So what's the measure of angle CDE? So that angle that I'm drawing, but you can't see because I didn't do the drawing tool, this angle right here. Okay, if you want to try it on your own first, I suggest you pause the video, and then I'll show you how to do it. Alright, that was enough time to pause. So what we're going to do is draw an extra line here. Alright, radii. It's always good to draw radii because you know they're all equal to each other. And when you have triangles, that creates isosceles triangles. Okay, so this angle down here would be 70 degrees because they're base angles of this isosceles triangle. And then you got this angle over here, which would be 45 degrees because that would also be an isosceles triangle. So CDE is the sum of both of those angles, 70 and 45, which adds up to 115. Okay, and just like an SAT strategy, okay, or ACT standardized tests, if you ever got to guess, okay, one thing that doesn't relate to here is use the most common answer. Well, I guess it does in a weird way. All right, most common, if you have no idea what you're doing, all right, and on the SAT or ACT multiple choice question, guess something that's the most common. So like, see how these have 5s in them, and then the zeros? So like 2 of them are a multiple of 10, the other 3 are multiples of 5 and 10. So like if I was guessing, I would guess A, B, or E for that reason. There's other questions where that method is more prevalent, but in this case, you can also sometimes just look at the picture and use common sense. All of those angles down there, okay, and I'm sure a lot of you noticed this, all of the angles down here are, or 4 of them, are 90 or less. All right, that's the only obtuse angle. If you look at angle CDE, it looks more obtuse than it is acute. So if you had no idea what you're doing and were just guessing, I would use that as a reason. All right, this looks about 45 degrees, this looks about 70, so why wouldn't this look similar to the angle that it was? So it is kind of drawing the scale. So that would be another way to look at this. And any standardized test, when in doubt, look at the picture, make an educated guess, or look for the most common answer. And that's it. Thanks for watching. And I don't know, I need like a better sign off.